Imam Ibn Abi Zayd al-Qayrawani, the Imam of Al-Maghrib, he said that all akhlaq, all adab, all etiquettes and mannerisms يتفرع عن أربعة أحاديث. They branch from 4 ahadith. Those 4 ahadith are essentially those ahadith from which these 4 principles that we mentioned earlier are derived from. What are those 4 ahadith? The first hadith is the hadith of Abu Hurairah radiallahu ta'ala anhu, recorded by Imam al-Bukhari wa Imam Muslim, where the Messenger alayhi salatu wasalam, he said, "Man kana yu'minu billahi wal yawmil akhir falyaqul khair aw liyasmut." Whoever believes in Allah and the last day, then let him say a word of good or keep silent. From that, the principle of controlling your tongue has been derived, and how important it is to control your tongue, because sometimes if you do not control your tongue, you've got nothing other than regrettable consequences to face. Consequences that are bitter, which you may face in this life and perhaps in the afterlife, if you don't use your tongue correctly. Allah Jalla wa Ala, He has said in His book, "Ma yalfidhu min qawlin illa ladayhi raqibun atid." The person doesn't utter a statement except that he has a vigilant watcher writing down everything that you're saying. So if you're not careful about what you say, whether it's about Allah and His deen or even other people, if you use your tongue inappropriately towards other people, not only could you earn their anger towards you, their disrespect towards you, but likewise the wrath of Allah. An example of that is that incident concerning Sa'd ibn Abi Waqqas radiallahu ta'ala anhu. Sa'd ibn Abi Waqqas was the governor of Kufa. We'll summarize it. Sa'd ibn Abi Waqqas was the governor of Kufa in the Khilafah of Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu. There was a group of people within Kufa, a certain tribe, that started to accuse Sa'd ibn Abi Waqqas with false accusations. Umar sends a minister or 2 ministers in order to investigate the matter. So they go to different masajid. Everybody in those masajid speak well about Sa'd ibn Abi Waqqas, until they came to a certain masjid. There a man, he stood. He said, "Now," speaking to the ministers of Umar, "now that you have asked me to speak under oath, well, I've got no choice now. I have to tell you that Sa'd," this man stood up, accusing Sa'd. He said, "Sa'd, he does not deal justly between people. When he's judging between people, he doesn't deal justly. And he doesn't split the war booty equally. And he never goes off on any battle expeditions." So now Sa'd ibn Abi Waqqas, what does he do? He utilizes the most powerful weapon that any human being has at his disposal. What is that weapon? The weapon of dua, of leaving all other asbab, all other means and causes, and you turn to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Sa'd, he said, "Allahumma in qama abduka hadha riya'an wa sum'ah." Oh Allah, if this man has got up in order to be seen, in order to be heard, فَأَقِلْ عُمْرَهُ. If this man has got up in order to be seen, in order to be heard, in order to show me up, فَأَقِلْ عُمْرَهُ, then increase his lifespan. وَأَقِلْ فَقْرَهُ, and increase his faqr, his poverty. وَعَرِّضْهُ بِالْفِتَنِ, and subject him to fitan, subject him to trials, subject him to calamities, to tribulation. The sub-narrator of the hadith, he said, many, many years later, this man who made these false accusations against Sa'd, he grew so old that his eyebrows ended up hanging over his eyes. He'd have to lift his eyebrows in order to be able to see. You'd find him chasing little girls in the streets, harassing them. And whenever he would be asked about his condition, he would say, Shaykhun Kabir, Asabatni da'wat Sa'ad. He would say about himself, I'm an old senile man. The supplication that Sa'ad made against me has afflicted me. So therefore that's the second principle, controlling our tongues. Clearly we can see the grave consequences that are brought about when you don't utilize your tongue properly.